When we had passed the threshold of the gate, which the soul's ill affection doth disuse, making the crooked seem the straighter path, I heard its closing sound. Had mine eyes turned, for that offence what plea might have availed? We mounted up the riven rock, that wound on either side alternate, as the wave flies and advances. Here some little art behooves us, said my leader, that our steps observe the varying flexure of the path. Thus we so slowly sped, that with cleft orb the moon once more o'erhangs her watery couch, ere we that straight have threaded. But when free we came unopen, where the mount above one solid mass retires, I spent, with toil, and both, uncertain of the way, we stood, upon a plain more lonesome, than the roads that traverse desert wilds. From whence the brink borders upon vacuity, to foot of the steep bank, that rises still, the space had measured thrice the stature of a man, and, distant as mine I could wing its flight, to leftward now and now to right dispatched, that cornice equal in extent appeared. Not yet our feet had on that summit moved, when I discovered that the bank around, whose proud uprising all ascent denied, was marble white, and so exactly wrought with quaintest sculpture, that not there alone had Polycletus, but e'en nature's self been shammed. The angel who came down to earth with tidings of the peace so many years wept for in vain, that up the heavenly gates from their long interdict before us seemed, in a sweet act, so sculptured to the life, he looked no silent image. One had sworn he had said, Hail, for she was imag there, by whom the key did open to God's love, and in her act as sensibly impressed that word, Behold the handmaid of the Lord, as figures sealed on wax. Fix not thy mind on one place only, said the guide beloved, who had me near him on that part where lies the heart of man. My sight forthwith I turned and marked, behind the Virgin Mother's form, upon that side, where he, that moved me, stood, another story graven on the rock. I passed athwart the bard, and drew me near, that it might stand more aptly for my view. There in the selfsame marble were engraved the cart and kine, drawing the sacred ark, that from unbidden office us mankind. Before it came much people, and the whole parted in 7 choirs. One sense cried, nay, another, yes, they sing. Like doubt arose betwixt the eye and smell, from the curled fume of incense breathing up the well-wrought toil. Preceding the blessed vessel, onward came with light dance leaping, girt in humble guise, sweet Israel's harper, in that hap he seemed less and yet more than kingly. Opposite, at a great palace, from the lattice forth looked mickle, like a lady full of scorn and sorrow. To behold the tablet next, which at the hack of mickle whitely shone, I moved me. There was storied on the rock the exalted glory of the Roman prince, whose mighty worth moved Gregory to earn his mighty conquest, Trajan th emperor. A widow at his bridal stood, attired in tears and mourning. Round about them trooped full throng of knights, and overhead in gold the eagles floated, struggling with the wind. The wretch appeared amid all these to say, Grant vengeance, sire. For, woe beshrew this heart my son is murdered. He replying seemed, Wait now till I return. And she, as one made hasty by her grief, O sire, if thou dost not return? Where I am, who then is, may right thee. What to thee is others' good, if thou neglect thy own? Now comfort thee, at length he answers. It beseemeth well my duty be performed, ere I move hence, so justice wills, and pity bids me stay. He, whose ken nothing new surveys, product that visible speaking, new to us and strange the like not found on earth. Fondly I gazed upon those patterns of meek humbleness, shapes yet more precious for their artist's sake, when lo, the poet whispered, Where this way, but slack their pace, a multitude advance. These to the lofty steps shall guide us on. Mine eyes, though bent on view of novel sights their loved allurement, were not slow to turn. Reader, I would not that amazed thou miss of thy good purpose, hearing how just God decrees our debts be cancelled. Ponder not the form of suffering. Think on what succeeds, think that at worst beyond the mighty doom it cannot pass. Instructor, I began, what I see hither tending, bears no trace of human semblance, nor of aught beside that my foiled sight can guess. He answering thus, so corged to earth, beneath their heavy teams of torment stoop they, that mine eye at first struggled as thine. But look intently thither, and disentangle with thy labouring view, what underneath those stones approacheth, now, e'en now, mayst thou discern the pangs of each. Christians and proud. O poor and wretched ones! That feeble in the mind's eye, lean your trust upon unstayed perverseness. Know ye not that we are worms, yet made at last to form the winged insect, imped with angel plumes that to heaven's justice unobstructed soars? Why buoy ye up aloft your unflagged souls? Abortive then and shapeless ye remain, like the untimely embryon of a worm. As, to support incumbent floor or roof, for corbel is a figure sometimes seen, that crumples up its knees unto its breast, with the feigned posture stirring ruth unfeigned in the beholder's fancy, so I saw these fashioned, when I noted well their guise. Each, as his back was laden, came indeed or more or less contract, but it appeared as he, who showed most patience in his look, wailing exclaimed, I can endure no more.